Hello everybody, welcome back to the playthrough. We are on episode 78, and in today's episode we are sailing back some of the materials that we've gathered from the plains in our initial expedition. Our previous episode was basically us dying repeatedly trying to get our gear back from the expedition we did at the start, which didn't go very well. Those Fullings definitely ganged up on us and took us down, so yeah. Dying several times in the plains was definitely not my idea of the initial exploration I wanted to do there, but at least I got to showcase how difficult that biome can be. Now what we're probably going to do when we get back is start smelting down all of the black metal scraps that we gained, and we're probably going to start crafting some items that we can make with it. Preferably weapons, maybe a shield if we can. I'm not exactly sure if we're going to need extra things. I don't think we do, to be honest. I think with black metal and then with maybe some of the flax that we've gathered, if we turn that into string, we might be able to make a few pieces of, like a few upgrades for gear. Obviously with the flax and the barley that we have gathered so far, we have, I believe it's about 40 or 50 barley and about 20 or 30 flax. Now we should really just replant that. We should make a base on the plains and just replant it to start growing it, because you only get 2 per plant rather than 3. With the seed plants from vegetables, so it is going to take us longer. We are going to have to plant more in order to keep our stocks high, and with barley and flax you need a lot of them for a lot of the crafting you want to use them for. So if I do use any of the flax to turn into string, it's not going to be a huge amount, only a few pieces here and there. So I won't be making any of the armor set. There is a new armor set from the plains. I won't be making any of that, as it does use a lot of flax or a lot of string, and I don't want to use all of it right now. Obviously we could continue exploring more of the plains and go find more islands that have plains on there, so that we could find more Fulling camps. You don't have to grow the flax and the string, the flax and the barley if you don't want to grow it. If you'd rather just avoid having to do the whole farming side of Valheim, you can skip that completely, but you will have to get quite lucky with the Fulling camps and finding quite a lot of the gardens that they have, or the growing areas that they have, so that you can find more of them. And it is quite random what you get in there. It's not guaranteed that you get both barley and flax. Sometimes you'll show up to one that's got 3 groups of plants and they'll all be barley or they'll all be flax. So yeah, it's a quicker and more reliable way to just grow them yourself, but obviously you do have to keep going back and checking on it, because you have to grow it in the plains, which is the whole reason why I want a plains base. If you wanted to speed the process up a bit more, well, to be fair, actually, just checking our inventory, we've got 66 flax and 53 barley, so we could actually turn some of this flax into string straight away. Still, not enough to actually make any armor, but we could at least make a couple of them to see what recipes we'll unlock with it. Now, one thing you'll need to be aware of when you start thinking about making the armor set from the plains, you need a boatload of iron. Yes, we need iron. We have to go back to the swamp and gather even more iron, because it's the string that you make from flax and iron bits. It's basically padded iron armor, and yeah, not fantastic, but the armor level on it is ridiculously high, so I'm definitely going to make it, and I'm definitely going to upgrade it. I don't think you need as much as, say, the silver armor, because as you might remember, with the silver armor pieces we made, we were looking about 20 bits of silver each per piece. So I don't think you need that many, but you still need quite a bit. Apologies if you can hear the horn outside. There is someone beeping their horn. Not sure why, they're just parked outside, but there you go. Also, as per usual, apologies if you can hear any drinking sounds. I do have a cup of coffee. My first one of the day, and I am trying to drink it as quickly as possible so you don't have to listen to me slurping away for the whole episode. Also, as we're sailing back, and I'm trying to think of things to talk about, there will also most likely be an announcement video released today as well. I'm going to release this one pretty much as soon as I've finished recording it. I'm going to use the usual 2 PM like release time for the video, but very shortly after this episode is released, I will also be bringing out an announcement video for the channel, which is basically just a quick short video of how things are going, what I've been doing so far, and what the plans are for the future. There has been a new game which just went into early access, and I am looking forward to making a lot of content around that. But yeah, I'll cover that more in the actual announcement video. I just wanted to have a brief mention in this one, seeing as though I'm releasing both videos on the same day. Not sure if you can see that off in the distance, but there is a bit of a disembodied branch just kind of hanging in the air there. That was a bit weird. I know it's from Yggdrasil, the world tree. Oh, there's a troll taking a swim as well. He's just having a bath. Look at him. I'm going to try and ping arrows at him. Drive by. Or sail by. Oh, that was a horrible shot. I was nowhere near him. Did we actually get him there, or is that just... Has he just gone underwater, maybe? Troll taking a swim. Or he's having a bath. He's having his nice little morning clean. There are a few trolls that do spawn in water, so that sometimes you'll sail past and you'll just see them stood there, waist deep in the ocean. Oh jeez, that fish scared the heck out of me. A big red fish, I thought it was a sea serpent. And for those of you that might be wondering, probably not, but just in case, even though we are sailing on the ocean, and even though it is raining, this isn't considered a storm, so you are very unlikely, or I don't think you're likely at all, to get sea serpent spawns as we're sailing back right now. I think it has to be a proper storm, where it's completely cloudy, the waves are quite big, and you can hear the thunder and lightning going off as well. I think that's the storm that it had, like that's the weather conditions it has to be for sea serpents to actually spawn and chase you. I don't think when you're sailing on like this, it's gonna have a chance for them to spawn. Now this could turn into a storm. You can kind of see the kind of wispy clouds in front of us. So if the weather did want to change, it could do that, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to be like this until we get back. Hopefully, anyway. Now we are going to have to do a bit of a sea serpent farm at some point, so we're going to have to kill a lot more of them, try and gather as much serpent meat as possible, because we are going to need a lot of it. Usually I don't try and put time aside for farming serpent meat, as passively you should get enough as you're playing and sailing back and forth and stuff like that. But sometimes, especially if you're making use of your bed and sleeping through the night quite a lot, you will go quite a while without seeing any sea serpents at all. So we've been doing that recently. I've been pretty much skipping most nights in this playthrough, so I'm probably going to put some time aside just to sail along the ocean throughout an evening or when it's stormy, so that we can try and kill off a few of them. And as I said as well, sea serpents don't spawn with star levels, or at least I haven't seen any with star levels, so you won't get more. You know, they drop 5 or 6 pieces of serpent meat. It's not like you're going to find a 1 star and it drop 10 to 12 pieces. That would be really nice, don't get me wrong, but imagine trying to fight a 1-star sea serpent. I'm kind of interested to see what a 2-star sea serpent would look like. I bet it would be absolutely huge. That would be cool if they did that in future, though. Maybe have certain areas of ocean, maybe like deep ocean or something, where you can have like all these different types of sea monsters spawning. That would be pretty awesome. Although I have heard recently, it's not confirmed in any way, shape or form, so don't take what I say as gospel, but I have heard that they are close to, or are currently working on, the frozen wastes, or whatever they're going to call it. The cold biomes right on the northern part of the world. So I need to get my butt in gear and start working on getting to the Ashlands, because I haven't even been there yet, and they're already working on the northern area and I haven't even finished the southern one, which is not good. We need to crack on. I am still trying to keep my upload schedule steady, though. I know that it's been a bit all over the place over the past few months. I'll be honest, I did lose a lot of motivation a couple of months ago. I tried a few different things on the channel. I tried making content for a few different games, and none of it was received at all, really. It just did not go well at all. I was really shocked by the Call of Duty stuff I made that just didn't do well in any way, shape or form. I think I've still got the latest episode of Call of Duty's probably got 0 views on it still. And yeah, it just didn't go as well as I was hoping it would, so I kind of lost a bit of motivation. So I've been a bit all over the place with the upload schedule for this series, but I think within the past few weeks I've kind of reignited that motivation and kind of just said to myself that instead of having 4 different series going at once and trying to work on too much and not enjoying it, I think I overloaded myself with a bit too much work, so to speak. I just decided to rein in the focus on just Valheim for now, and then we will obviously start working on the second one shortly. Although I won't be doing a playthrough for this, so all of this will be covered in the announcement as well, but I won't be doing a full playthrough of this new game that I'm going to be making content for. It's more likely going to be like tutorials and guides and stuff like that, and showcases. Okay, we're slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. Not very far left, although we might lose the wind when we turn into our little alcove. Oh, a bit of a dribble of coffee there. Just need to wipe my mouth. Jeez, I should be wearing a bib when I drink this stuff. There we go. Right. Oh, we've just about still got the wind. Although, again, we are going to lose it, so we still need to turn a bit more. I'm trying to keep it for as long as possible before we have to make the final turn into where we will be parking the boat? Docking the boat? Mooring the boat? I'm not sure what the right word would be there. I'm going to go with docking, even though we're not really docking it because there's no dock. The thing that I said I wanted to build very early on in the playthrough I still haven't done. I should be sacked. Not following through on things. Come on, boat. Come on. The water is still a bit choppy, so it's kind of... Oh, okay, that wave should carry us a bit further. No, okay, we missed that. Oh, that does look good. The windmill on the left-hand side, spinning away. Oh, that looks really cool. Although I don't like that stone building. That's, yeah, not fantastic. Oh, it looks a bit better now that the actual bricks themselves have kind of spawned in, so you can see where they are, like the definition of the lines and stuff, but yeah. Very rudimentary, not very good looking at all. Alright, here we are. Now let's try and get as close to the shore as possible with the storage unit. That should be close enough, but we're going to make it a bit further. Come on, come on, come on. Get it in there. There we go. Yeah, that should be perfect. Now we should be able to just get straight into it. Yes, we can. There we go. Well, we're pretty much already full in our inventory, so let's go and dump all of this stuff first. We have a few things that we need to organise and sort out. We're just going to empty pretty much everything in our inventory, and then we'll sort it all out at some point, even all the food and stuff, because we're not really going to be going back immediately with the planes. I don't know if I'll be going back this episode at all. I think we'll probably just spend most of our time organising our base and inventory and stuff like that. Put the bronze nails back in. I'm not sure if we're going to rebuild the carve. We might rebuild it as something that we can use as maybe just a showcase piece, or if we do need to use it again in future. But yeah, I'm not going to rebuild it straight away. It's not high on the list of priorities. Reorganise the meat chest. We've now got some lox meat. I'm running quite low on boar meat, actually. Quite strange. Although we have used it for quite a few things recently, so... How many have we got? 66. Let's put 20 or 30 in there. I'm sure we just put all of them in. Screw it, we'll just put all of them in. 26 is alright. And we'll even put some barley in as well, just because we've got quite a bit. 25, yep, perfect. Yeah, so we've got 26 and 25, so 26 flax and 25 barley left over, so when we plant those we should harvest 50. Oh, sorry, 52 and 50. So that should give us a decent amount to start off with, but I will probably replant those 50 as well. That is usually the amount that I like to plant when it comes to barley and flax, is about 40 to 50 of them each time, so that you're doubling your amounts. Just gives you quite a lot to use straight away, rather than having, like, say, 10. Okay, so with your blast furnace, you've got a few different areas, a few different slots that you need to pay attention to. It's exactly the same as your furnace. You've got one slot for your coal and one slot for your metal or for your scraps. But they're both right next to each other, so you don't have to go from one side to the other. And then you have your little kind of, I don't know, exit point that's just to the right of us there. There's that part on the front. Okay, let's grab the rest of our stuff. And it works exactly the same way as the furnace. It doesn't take, as the furnace, as the smeltery. It doesn't take longer. You don't have to worry about that. It's not a difficult thing. Sorry, it's not difficult. It's not a long thing. You don't have to wait for ages for that to work. It is just it's like the same standard kind of smelting time, and it still kind of pops out a metal bar in the same way. Okay, let's grab the rest of this black metal. We are carrying too much. Yes, we are. We are also on our basic level of stamina, so we're going to have to hope we can get there. Yeah, we're fine. Dump the rest in there. That is 60, 81. I think we've got 10 going at the minute, so 91 bits of black metal. That's pretty good. Won't be everything that we need, but that is pretty good. There's your black metal there, so it will just kind of stack up on the front. I think if it stacks up too high, a couple of bits might fall off. But it will just kind of stack up on the front of that little exit chute that it's got. Right, let's dump. What else do we need to dump? We need to dump our armour. And then be unhappy that it's all misaligned, so let's put it in the right places. Yes, I am a little bit specific when it comes to stuff like that. I want all of the hood and the legs and the chest to be in the right areas, or to be on the same areas anyway, so you can quickly grab it. Okay, let's dump. We've got the Falling Berserker head, we've got the Death Skeeto head. There we go, we've got some flax, or some string has been made already. That will, as you see, you put it in the kind of slot on the top of the flax machine. I forgot what you call it, the spinning wheel, and then it pops out of the side on the right there. And some more flax in. There we go. Linen thread, that's what it's called. Padded cuirass, however you call it. And padded leggings, padded helmet. We also have a new crafting recipe called Porcupine, which is our next level of Uber Mace. So Frostner was the first Uber Mace with its frost damage and its spirit damage. We now also have, there you go, there's your padded stuff, 26 armor each. You do still lose your movement speed with it, but you do also need 10 bits of iron per piece, so 30 bits to make the whole set to start, but then you also want upgrade bits. You also need 20 linen thread each as well, which is quite expensive. We also have, where is it? Porcupine, there it is. You need 5 fine wood, 20 iron, 5 needles, and 10 linen thread. But the damage on it is absolutely ridiculous. This is the weapon I use to replace Frostner. So usually when I go to the plains, I'm using Frostner the majority of the time to kind of help control the fullings and stuff like that. But then when I want to actually upgrade, I then go straight into Porcupine, because Porcupine, it's another level of mace, but it also hits like an absolute train. It combines both, what type is it? Both blunt and piercing damage, because it's obviously a big mace, but it also has the needles on it for the spikes. But on top of that, it also does enough damage to justify losing the movement speed debuff that you put on enemies with Frostner. So Here we are. That's most of our black metal done. Let's pick this up and see what we get. So, right, we've got... Don't ask me how to pronounce that. Atgear. Atgear. I don't know how you say it. We have a shield. We have a tower shield. We have a black metal sword. We have a black metal missile. And pots and pans, which is a new upgrade piece for our cooking station. Now, the missile is something we're not going to be making use of until the actual Mistlands, so we don't really need to pay attention to that. But if you wanted to start making some ammo for these potential ballistae that we'll be able to make, you can start making them now. I won't, because I haven't used them before. I don't know how effective they're going to be, but we'll just leave it as it is for now. Seeing as though we have all the bits and pieces for it, I might just make the porcupine mace weapon straight away. We pretty much got everything for it, so yeah, I don't see why not. That'd be a pretty good weapon to make for us. Or we could make pots and pans as well. I should really follow my my own advice from early episodes in the playthrough, which was always build your upgrade bits first. Okay, so that's the Atgear. I don't know how you say it. A vicious hewing axe. There's a black metal axe. You do get some upgrade pieces for your tools as well. So you do have a black metal axe. What else do we have? What is the next level of bow? I don't think we have access to the next level of bow yet. Black metal knife. So if you are preferring the stealthing and the sneaky damage, you have another level of knife after the silver. Porcupine, which is what we're probably going to make now. I think I looked at the wrong recipe as well. I think porcupine is ancient wood. I could be wrong though. There's black metal shield. That's the one we're going to go for. And I am definitely 110% going to try and remember to set a style for this shield and not completely forget about it like I have done with pretty much every shield we've made so far. I actually think we're going to make the shield first. I think we won't bother with weapons. We've got everything for it, so we're just going to do it now. Right, what style do we want? We want black and red. Black and red does look cool, but then there's kind of a red and white one as well. We're going to make this one. Boom! Black metal shield. Now these things look cool. Look really cool. I'm not a huge fan of the silver shield because how small it is and this basic kind of orange and silvery bits, but let's have a look at this black metal shield. Oh, our cape is kind of glitching through it, but look how cool that is. This giant shield with chains across it. It's a really, really good level of shield. Really, really good, and we're going to be using it far into the Mistlands. So, yeah, I'm quite happy that we've got that. Okay, let's put some more black metal into smelt. Might even be able to make the porcupine weapon. Although I'm probably going to make a black metal sword as well. I'm going to stick with the standard kind of weapons procedure that we've been following so far, which is having one blunt / heavy kind of weapon and then one sword for the faster attack speed, depending on the enemies that we're facing. With fullings, I don't know, porcupine and the sword are both going to be pretty good against them, so it's really down to personal choice. Or if you prefer the two-handed weapons, you can make the Atgear. I don't know how to say it. I really should look up the pronunciation of that before I continue saying it any further, because I feel like I'm just making myself sound a bit stupid. But yeah, if you want to use the giant kind of, it's almost like a two-handed axe almost, kind of like a spear axe almost. I think I'm not sure if you could use it for wood cutting, but you could use that as well if you wanted to. If you prefer the two-handed attack style, it'll probably have some heavy attacks that's like this big kind of spin maybe. That would be pretty cool, because then you could take out multiple fullings at once. That would be a pretty awesome attack if they did have that. Right, let's get the black metal in the furnace, so we'll put some coal in there too. Alright. We should probably put some more wood on as well. Do we even have any more wood to put on? Got 15 bits of coal. Right, let's go and check our crafting recipe. Put the chains back, we don't need those. We still need some of the fine wood. Let's pop that in there. Oh, we've got some more linen thread. We've got tons of linen thread, jeez. 35 in total. Very nice. We could actually make well, we can make one piece of the armor so far, but I'm not going to do that. Not yet, anyway. Okay, so even though we made the shield, we are going to make the pots and pans. There we go. So it's 5 of each bar, iron, copper and black metal, and then you just need to find somewhere to hang it up that's nearby the cooking station so you still get the benefit from it. I'm trying to see if we can hang it on here actually. That would be pretty cool, although I think it's blocked by the herb or the spice rack that we've got there. Yeah, it needs more space. I don't think it'll work there. How are we going to do this? Where are we going to put it? Going to need some more wood, I think. We might need to build some kind of another piece that goes off the edge of the kind of, not pillar, what's it called, the log that we've got there, so that we can hang these pots and pans off it. It's kind of sad that you can't put it on the other side. It would be nice if I could pop it there. Yeah, I know you're saying it needs to be near the appropriate crafting station, but it pretty much is near it. Oh, actually, that was solid there. Oh, does that work? Ah, fantastic. There we go. Cauldron level 4. Nice. Now, we don't really have any of the level 4 cooking recipes yet, because we haven't made the barley into flour. We haven't collected... Well, we've collected the lox meat, but I don't think any of the recipes use raw lox meat, so we don't really need that. But if we collect the barley flour from here... There you go. So as you can see there, it drops in stacks of 20, I believe. There we go. We've got some new recipes: blood pudding, bread dough, fish wraps, and an unbaked lox pie. I don't think you need it for the fish wraps, but for the bread dough and the lox pie, you will need to pop them in the oven after you've made them at the cauldron. There we go. Bread dough requires 10 barley flour each. And you do get 2 of them though, so that's still pretty good. Blood pudding, again you need barley flour, but you don't have to cook this afterwards. It is just straight up cooked after that. And there's the fish wraps, gives you 70 health, and you need the cooked fish for it, and your unbaked lox pie. Now sadly with your unbaked stuff, you can't see the health and the stamina that you get from it, because it's not the actual food. You wouldn't make an unbaked lox pie and then eat it, so to see the stats that you get from it, you will have to cook it in the oven, and we will make them eventually. I will try and remember to cover that as well when we actually make the first one, just so you know how good it is. I believe it's 75 health, or it might be 80 health, so it's pretty huge. Couple that with your sea serpent stew, you're going to have over 160, plus your original 25. You're going to be getting pretty close to having about 200 health, which is pretty huge for the plains level. So yeah, but believe me when I say you're gonna need it. So yeah, it's pretty good at these new food recipes. Okay, let's have a look at what else we might be able to make with our new metals that we've just smelted down. Black metal sword, I'm really tempted with that. As you can also see with a lot of the black metal recipes, you do need linen thread to craft the tools and the weapons, so it's not just the armor that you need it for, but yeah, you will need it for pretty much everything. So you're going to need lots and lots of linen. Linen. I can't speak today. I am also going to end this episode very, very shortly. Probably just put some more black metal on, and we'll call it there. And then we'll probably go off into the plains. I'll go back to the plains after we finish doing that. So thank you everybody for watching today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one. We've started making some of the upgrades, and we sailed all of our stuff back. We also finally remembered to customize our shield. But yeah, I shall catch you in the next episode. Bye, everybody.